Mr. Transformers 96 here. With another video, I'm going to be talking about some new figures shown at New York Comic Con 2017. This time I'm going to be talking about the Diamond Select Pacific Rim 2 figures. This is quite exciting. You know, I enjoyed the first Pacific Rim movie. It was very fun, so I am definitely looking forward to the sequel and definitely seeing the new character designs for both the Jaegers and the Kaiju. I will say that the Jaegers so far have been a bit disappointing. They've taken on more of an anime type of look, which obviously, you know, Pacific Rim in general is inspired upon that. However, they've gone a little like kind of full anime, which for me personally, you know, I'm having a little bit of trouble, you know, getting behind that type of look. However, I am still very much intrigued, and there is a couple of Jaegers that look very cool. But now, of course, Diamond Select will be making the figures for the Pacific Rim instead of NECA, which did the ones from the first film. I did very much enjoy the NECA figures, and I purchased quite a few of them. I do plan to purchase quite a few of these new ones as well. First of all, we have this one, which is like Gypsy Avenger, I think is his name. You know, I haven't really learned the names of the Jaegers yet, so at the moment, you know, I'm not going to really be very well versed in their names. However, I believe this is like Gypsy Avenger, which is kind of like a redone version of Gypsy Danger from the first film. It, you know, maintains the same color scheme and like the red circle in the chest and some of the new weapons, or same weapons. I think it looks quite nice. It's very streamlined. This is one that I'm not a big fan of because it has more of an anime look to it than the first version did. The first version was actually very much inspired by like a cowboy design to represent the American Jaeger, because that was obviously America's Jaeger. So I really like some of those aspects of the design, which is kind of lost here. Now it's much slicker. There's a lot more round surfaces rather than sharp ones. But anyway, he comes with a really nice supply of hands and weapons and interchangeable parts. This is very cool. That's one thing that I'm very happy about with just Diamond Select taking over the series, is the fact that Diamond Select is really great when it comes to accessories. So it looks like that's not going to be missed here because he comes with quite a few things. Hopefully these will come with bases. That would be awesome. Usually they show the bases though when they show the figures in a prototype stage, and there's no bases here. So I'm starting to believe that there isn't going to be a base with these figures. However, I'm certainly hoping that there is, because that's kind of a signature of Diamond Select. But overall, looking very cool. This Jaeger, don't know his name. I like this like Jaeger probably the least. I'm not a big fan of this. Again, very clean surfaces with the rounded textures, which I don't think looks very natural or realistic. So I'm not a big fan of this Jaeger. And again, orange. I just don't like the color orange in general too. So this Jaeger really isn't speaking to me. Now this one, however, is. I definitely like this one a lot more. This one looks more like Pacific Rim 1 to me than the other two. But this Jaeger I like a lot. It has some more sharper edges on it. Although it does have a lot of round textures, there are some more things that are popping out that are a little sharper, have some more detail in them, and he has a weathering effect on him too, which makes him look more realistic. And I like the kind of chicken leg stance and the very bulky upper torso. This is definitely my favorite Jaeger out of the three that were shown here. These look very cool. There are some other cool looking Jaegers that have been shown by a different company that's also making Pacific Rim figures. It's like Tashi Nation, I think. I've never collected from them before, so I don't quite know their quality of figure and anything about that. But they have some cool Jaegers coming up, and they did also show a Kaiju as well. But as you can see, these are going to cost $25 a piece. And it just says coming soon, so there's no release date. What's very exciting though is the first image of the first Kaiju that's going to be in the series. This looks very cool. Again, no name for him though, but he looks excellent. I enjoy the Jaegers. However, the Kaiju are my favorite. I've always been a big villain fan, and I do prefer monsters over robots. So I am very excited for this. I really like this one. It looks like he's going to walk on all of his legs. He's got six legs essentially, and the reason I think that is because the two that are kind of up are the same design as the feet. So I would imagine that he's mainly just going to walk on his legs. He might pick up his arms to like swat at people, but I don't think he's actually going to have any dexterity and be able to hold things. He does very much just look like he has feet for hands. So I think that he's going to look very cool. I'll be interested to see the articulation on him and the texturing and paint. That's something that the NECA really nailed on the kaiju. They did some excellent texturing and paint, and I really enjoyed the kaiju figures that they did create. Really disappointed that they never made Slattern, but I did very much like the other ones that they did, and this one's looking great as well. Very excited for this. I hope that it does maintain a good amount of articulation, and I'm not quite sure the scale of this. Unfortunately, it's not next to any of the other Jaegers, so you really can't quite tell how big he is. I hope that he's relatively large though, and I certainly hope that he's in scale with the Jaegers, and hopefully he'll be like $25. Maybe he'll have to be like a deluxe. I don't know, but he's looking very cool, and he's unpainted, of course. Now, Tashi Nation also showed one of their kaiju as well. This one looks very interesting. The hands, as you can see, are very much like I think his name's like Multivore. I can't remember. He's the kaiju that was fighting in Australia and was killed by what's the Australian robot Jaeger? I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've done anything with Pacific Rim, considering that they really stopped making the figures like a year or two ago. So I really haven't thought about them very much recently. But he does seem to reuse the hands at least from a past kaiju, which leads me to believe that possibly they'll be taking inspiration from the previous film on the kaiju designs, which is very cool. This face though looks awesome. I mean, it looks really cool. A lot going on there, and really unique as well. So hopefully Diamond Select will make this one too. That would be very cool. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the kaijus most of all. However, I am still excited for the Jaegers, although this movie, the Jaeger designs are not quite what I'm hoping for, or not quite what I prefer essentially. But I am still quite excited about these. Tashi Nation also did show another new Jaeger that was black, and that one looked pretty sweet. I did like that one quite a bit. But for the most part, not a huge fan of these Jaeger designs. Love the kaiju design so far though. Of course, we've only seen two. Hopefully, we do get some more images coming up soon just from the actual film, and hopefully Diamond Select really goes all out on this, and yeah, I would definitely like to see them make a very wide range of Jaegers and kaiju, because I'm all for it. Even if the movie isn't great or anything, just the designs of these characters are so much fun that they're kind of worth the figures prices. That's at least how I felt about the NECA figures from the first movie, and hopefully that'll be the case on this one as well. So there you go, that's my thoughts on these new Diamond Select Kaiju and Jaeger figures from Pacific Rim 2. Let me know what you guys think of them, and thanks so much for watching.